Savage Dragon 17 from February of 1995. The copy I have features the dragon on the cover, but there are two versions of this. So the other one has Rapture and She-Dragon on the cover, but they're nice enough to print it on the inside here, so you don't have to chase down the variant. But we'll get to the reason for that later. And Josh Eckhorn is trying to sneak into Mexico so that he can obtain a higher paying job. That's unfortunate. So here we have She-Dragon, and she is up to something. Now in the previous issue 16, there was a scene where at the end of the issue, Dragon and Rapture were hanging out in his apartment and being spied on by the Fiend floating out there. And so apparently, She-Dragon here was spying on them the whole time. And this was interesting because she breaks the fourth wall, kind of talking to the audience, talking to the audience here, to the reader, about looking at her butt. And then we see evidence of like some multiple personalities. So She-Dragon has joked before about hearing voices, but now we kind of see evidence. Like you have this heart-shaped text box and like this psycho-looking lettering. I think there's at least 5 other personalities besides Amy Belcher. They even have names. Like this green one is Joe, and this one with the blue border is Kelly. So I think we find out who those characters are later. But anyway, moving on. So the Fiend kind of sees that she's being spied on, and so She-Dragon bails. But I like this character design. It's pretty wild. So the Fiend is an entity that will like possess a host and use their hatred as power. And the mother of Dragon's dead girlfriend, Debbie, is she's pretty angry with the dragon. So lots of hatred there to feed on. So now here's the reason for the variant covers. The version I have with Dragon on the cover is the kid-friendly version. And then, so on this page, you just see a bedroom with clothes thrown around, and they're in the shower together, but you just see the word balloons coming out of the shower. In the R-rated version, it's got a full page spread of Dragon and Rapture in the shower, kind of making out or something. But the story remains the same. And then on this panel, this one's kind of funny too. Here, Rapture has a towel on, but in the R-rated version, this panel border is very strategically placed so that her nude body doesn't show her nipples, I guess. But anyway, that's the difference. That's the big difference in this issue. Anyway, so man, his neighbors are knocking at the door and they're all pissed because Dragon is a threat to their lives. And I would agree with them. People have attacked him consistently at his apartment, and he just freaked out and like killed a bunch of people last issue. So they have every right to probably want him out of here. And somehow Rapture just shows up naked, and that's enough for everybody to kind of be freaked out, and he just slams the door in their face. So over here, Overlord is pissed because he's found out Cyberface is still alive, and Frank Darling is also still alive, and we hear Skullface is still alive. Just to remind you, Skullface last issue, man. Let's see if we can find his body here. Oh, man. I might have passed it over. What the hell is that? Yes. There's Skullface. Last issue, that's how we left him. But apparently, man, he's alive. He's a survivor. What else do we have here? So, just some storytelling bits. You know, we see Cyberface is alive hanging out with the homeless freaks. And we see R. Richard Richards is up to something. This is a journalist who hates the dragon, and it seems like he's commissioned a dragon slayer in a very obvious homage to J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man and the Spider Slayer. And we get this pretty cool double page spread showing off the Dragon Slayer. Oh, and yeah, he just burns the dragon. His clothes are missing again. I always forget. Dragon has like 2 toes. That's 5 fingers, 10 fingers, but 4 toes, I guess. And then we got this pinup. It's kind of a jam piece. There's multiple artists on this. Just the highbrow universe chasing after their creator. I think Janie's his wife. And advertisement for the dragon statue by Claiborne Moore, which is pretty badass. And we see that we see R. Richard Richards is in control of the Dragon Slayer. And then She Dragon and Rapture join the fight, trying to take this thing out, but it's not going well for anybody. Then finally, the dragon is able to take down the Dragon Slayer, but not without a casualty. The She Dragon's hair is gone, and she's pretty upset about that. So, pretty fun issue. Oh, this is good. So, Dragon's partner, Alex, has been in a coma with her boyfriend, Dale, at bedside the entire time. And now, finally, she starts to speak, and she calls out Dragon by name. And the boyfriend's not very happy about that. So Dragon gets to go and arrest R. Richard Richards for attempting to kill him. And Larson brings this up in the letters page that, like, this is a very obvious homage to the Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson and the Spider Slayer. And Larson brings up a good point. He's like, how in the world could Peter Parker go back to work? Like, he works at the Daily Bugle. J. Jonah Jameson is his boss. And then, like, one day he's trying to murder him as Spider-Man. And then the next day he's like, hey, boss, what's up? What a picture. I got some pictures for you. It seems like this is, like, more justification. Because Dragon's like, he goes arrest the guy. So I feel like Eric Larson was just kind of settling an old score here. Okay, so also, this last page was apparently rushed. And so the color team got it late, which is why it looks... they say it looks bad. I don't think it really looks that bad, but apparently that was a rush job. But the real piece of news is that the Fiend is waiting for Dragon in his apartment. And we'll see that next issue, issue 18. Other than that, this letters page is pretty cool, actually. This dude, Jason Howard, he is the current artist on Cobra Commander. And so we see that, he was a comic fan back in 30 years ago, sending stuff in. I think all these guys here, what's this guy's? Eli Quinn, I think is still in Wisconsin as an artist. And this is like an action figure. And I'm pretty sure I saw this guy as a sculptor. I always try and look this stuff up to see if they've gone on to do anything else. And a lot of times they have. Like even this guy, Matt Adams, I think showed up on Instagram doing art. So yeah, and this is the other cover for the R-rated version. Next up is issue 18. Thanks.